Would you rather spend $300 on a coat that you will only wear twice? Or would you rather spend $1,000 on a coat that you will be wearing 10, 15, 20 times a year for the next 10 years? Hi, my name is Michele and I'm your host here at Coat Culture. And as you can tell, I am passionate about jackets and coats. Today, I'm going to talk about the concept of cost per wear. I am a number guy and I love Excel spreadsheet, but I promise I won't bore you with that. But I want to make sure that you understand that sometimes the price of a coat does not tell the whole story of how expensive that coat is. You see, most people are convinced that the best way to save money is to buy the cheaper coat, the cheaper jacket. However, I am convinced that the best way to save money is to buy a coat or a jacket that you will use many times over as many years as possible. So today I'm going to explain to you how I apply the cost per wear concept to all of my coats and how you can apply that too. And I'm also going to give you tips and advice on how to make sure that you get the longest life possible out of your coats. So stick around till the end and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, so what is cost per wear? Well, very simply, cost per wear, or CPW, is the cost of the coat or of the jacket divided by the number of times you have worn it, you have used it. And here is what it means in real life. This is a jacket that cost $300 and that I've worn exactly twice. So the cost per wear of this jacket is 300 divided by 2, 150. Every time I wore this jacket, it cost me $150. This is a jacket that cost $1,000. If I wear this jacket 200 times over 10 years, the cost per wear is $5. $150 per wear, $5 per wear. Which one is the cheapest? It's the same logic that we can use to many other items in the fashion industry, but also beyond the fashion industry. I apply it to shoes very often because shoes are also very expensive. But if you're into cooking, you might also be spending money on expensive gadgets. Let's say you want to start making pasta at home and you see this wonderful ravioli making machine. You buy it, it's $300, you use it once. Well, guess what? You have paid $300 for one time you ate ravioli. Now let's put this concept to the test. What I'm going to do is show you a few jackets of my collection. Some of them were very expensive when I bought them, to the point that I hesitated because I wasn't sure that they were worth the money. And then there are jackets that looked such good deals when I bought them, but I ended up not using them half as often, and so they actually came up as being way more expensive than I thought they would be. Now let's start with a jacket that can't be beaten. This is my 32-year-old Barbour Beaufort. I have had this jacket since 1992. Adjusted for inflation, this jacket costed around $300. And my conservative estimate is that I have used this jacket approximately 2,000 times. This puts the cost per wear of this jacket to 15 cents. I spent 15 cents for every time that I've used this jacket, which is less than a plastic rain poncho. I've done a very in-depth review of this jacket, telling its history that you can find clicking on the link on the screen now or in the description below. Now I understand this jacket is an outlier, so let's look at a couple more options. This is my Belstaff Brad leather jacket, which is my favorite leather jacket that I own, and I own many. I bought this jacket for 900 euros back in 2008. The price was so high that it made me hesitate for many days. I kept on going to that store again and again until I finally decided to pull the trigger and I bought the jacket. And I am extremely happy I did because it has become my go-to leather jacket since 2008. I placed my very conservative estimate of how many times I've used this jacket during the years at approximately 30 per year, which over 17 years means I have used it around 500 times. Now, if we adjust the price I paid for this jacket to inflation, this jacket costed an equivalent of $1,300, which means that the cost per wear of this jacket is around $2.5. And I'm sure that it's actually lower than that because, as I said, my estimate of the number of wears is very conservative. Not only that, but this jacket is still going strong. As you can see, the leather is softened, it has this very beautiful patina, and I am planning on using this for many more years to come. So that number of $2.5 is going to go down during the years. I'm working on a review of this jacket at the moment, so if you're interested in that review, subscribe to the channel and you will be notified when it's there. This is a $500 overcoat, which I bought a couple of years ago. It's made by the Italian brand LBM 1911, and I really like it. However, the truth is that I've only worn it around 10 times, which puts the cost per wear of this coat at approximately $50. It's not bad, since this is not a jacket that I wear daily, but it's not great either. Now, this is one of my favorite overcoats that I've ever bought. This is the Belstaff Milford coat. That is the coat that Benedict Cumberbatch, and I am not sure I said it correctly, was wearing in the Sherlock Holmes series. I love this coat, but it's a very expensive coat. I got this coat at a discount shy of $1,000, still a lot of money. And I've already used it 30 times. So in the very short period of time that I've owned this coat, the cost per wear is already at $30, which is actually less than the cheaper coat that I just showed you. Now let's look at two cheaper jackets. I have here a Levi's trucker jacket that I bought for around $45, and I have a Fjallraven wool coat that I bought for less than $200. Now, these jackets are very similar in terms of windows in which they can be used during the winter. Definitely, the Fjallraven jacket was more expensive than the trucker coat jacket. Or was it? You see, the reality is that I ended up wearing the Fjallraven coat way more than the trucker coat. I estimate the number of times that I wear this jacket per year around 50, which is a very high count. Simply because this jacket is very versatile. You can dress it up like I'm doing now. I also wear it sometimes when I go walking in the woods, or even as a jacket that I throw on when I'm camping. Whereas the trucker jacket really has a much more limited use. And in fact, I only use the trucker jacket 4 to 5 times a year, which means that the cost per wear of the trucker jacket is $8. Whereas the Fjallraven cost per wear is half of that, it's $4, which is still more expensive than the Brad coats, by the way. Now, I think you've got the message and you know now how this works. The point here, again, that I'm trying to make is that sometimes the price of a coat does not tell you the whole story about the cost of these coats. So how do you make sure that your coat is a good investment and that will actually have a low cost per wear? First of all, you have to make sure that you're buying coats and jackets that are durable and good quality, because that guarantees that you will be able to use them over many years. Second, you need to pay attention not to buy coats or jackets that are too trendy, and rather focus on jackets and coats that are more classic and that it will not age very fast. As you have seen, many of the coats that I have are actually pretty classic, which doesn't mean boring or old-fashioned. It means that they will retain their appeal over many years. And then there is the versatility of the coat or the jacket. The more outfits you can pair with that coat, the more times you will use it. The perfect example was the two overcoats that I've shown you, the Belstaff Milford and the LBM 1911. The LBM was much cheaper, but it's less versatile. So in the end, the Belstaff, even if it's more expensive, ends up having the best cost per wear. And finally, you have to make sure that you take proper care of your coats and jackets so that they will last a lifetime. For example, my Belstaff Brad jacket is 17 years old, but it's still going strong because I took good care of it. Well, I hope to have convinced you that sometimes the price of a coat does not tell you the whole story about the cost of the coat. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. I have many more reviews of coats and jackets coming your way.